Okay, y'all, I'm trying this again. Now, definitely do not judge me for still having a Christmas tree up. This is something that I thought my mom would have taken down by the time I got back home, but I don't know if you guys can see, but um, snow outside is melting now. Um, and today was my first day back at work, but it was surprisingly chill, y'all. Like, it was surprisingly chill. It was surprisingly not stressful, you know. um and it's funny, like, I don't know, like, every time I think about leaving this particular job, I kind of realize, like, I'm kind of good where I'm at, you know. I mean, it's good for the moment, you know. And I think that this was exactly the way I felt with, like, my last job. Like, even though when it was time for me to leave my last company, I knew, like, I had been known that it was time to leave, and I had felt that push. And I had been feeling the push, like, for at least a year before. And I just would fall into, like, you know, I guess comfortability, or I would fall into just like, this is okay for now, like, this is good for now, and, like, I would be stagnant. But it's not that kind of feeling with where I am now. It's not that feeling of, like, oh, like, I'm just in my comfort zone. It's more so a feeling of, like, this is serving its purpose for right now. Like, this is a job that is not so stressful to the point where I can't balance other things in life that are important to me, like my health and my wellness, and now my other channel, which I'm trying to have be profitable for me. It's not like that, but then it's also not. It's also keeping me on my toes enough in that, well, to be perfectly honest, it doesn't pay me as much as I was making before. So because of that, I still feel the drive to do more with my time. I feel the drive to come up with other ideas to make more money on the side, you know. And I think if I would have stayed in my other job, which was paying me more, and I was just comfortable with the setting and just how things were going, I don't know if I would have felt the push to create my own channel, like, you know, and, like, start my YouTube journey. I don't know if I would have ever done that. And I think that it took me leaving to realize that I can accomplish so much more outside of work, with the right type of job setting. So I think that's why I like it so much. And I also like the people. I really get along with the people there. Um, the dynamic is different too. Like, my boss is not a micromanager, which is cool, and I like that. And the people that I work with are cool in general. But also, sorry, y'all, I'm still feeling sick. But also, because my last job, you know, I mentioned in my last video that my old boss called me. We developed a kind of almost codependent relationship with one another. Like, me and my coworkers there got so close to the point that I think that was a part of the reason why it took me so long to leave, because I was so overly attached to them. And we're still overly attached to each other. Like, y'all, we're talking about celebrating different people's birthday and how I'm gonna come back to New York to go to barbecue at this person's house. And, you know, these are my coworkers, right? But we all knew each other for so many years, and we worked together for so many years, that we just developed this bond where, like, I know their kids, and I know their husbands, and I know their boyfriends, and I know their family members, and their family members know me by name and face, and you just become so ingratiated in each other's life, and it makes it harder to pull away and create that, I don't know, boundaries, you know? And I think this job is just good enough while also allowing for like very healthy boundaries. Like I have very healthy boundaries here with my boss, where my boss here is just my boss, you know? He's just like a regular guy, and he, you know, doesn't really pry into my personal life like that, and I don't really do the same with him either. And my coworkers, like I have one coworker here that I really get along with, and we get personal, but for the most part, everyone else, like we just keep it strictly work and a little bit of chit chat and fun, little niceties exchanged, but other than that, it's not really that deep. And I think I needed that too. Like I needed a really grown-up company where everyone is just there to do their work. They're not there to become best friends. They're not there to go to happy hour with you and get drinks with you and figure out, you know, what's going on in your life and know the names of all of your children and your spouse. They're not trying to figure out all of these like really, really personal details of your life. They're just there to do the work and go home, you know, and obviously do it in a very like nice way. Like they want to be nice and cordial and all of that, but you know, work is work. And I think I needed that. I needed that. I needed to be in an environment where work can just be work, and whatever I do personally on the side is just for me, and nobody's on the job asking me what my Instagram is or my TikTok is, you know, because that's the level of socializing I'm used to in the workplace with previous companies. So it's good. It's good, y'all. So I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but I did end up making partner on my other channel, y'all. So I'm super excited about that. I submitted the appeal successfully, and I found out that I made partner like the other day. I think shortly after I made that video letting you know that I made it home, which by the way, after I made that video, I literally like passed out for like 2 days. So yeah, that's why like my videos are kind of backlogged a little bit. I don't know if you all can tell. I'm just doing them like in advance of each other, and you know, eventually I'll catch up to real time. I think whenever I figure out what my next move is gonna be, and I'm planning on figuring that out by my birthday. My birthday's in February, so it's coming up really soon, but I really need to just figure out what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna stay living where I'm at now, or if I'm going to be temporarily moving to another city. I'm leaning towards the latter, but I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do. Once I figure out the game plan, I'll start doing more videos in real time, because things will get more interesting again once I'm in a different city. Right now I'm just home chilling. You know, I could show you the home life. I could show you, you know, my cat and things like that, but I don't really know if that's that interesting. So for now, you just have to settle for views from outside my window, views of my tree.